wonder where my kids is at. And all of them grown, but that'd be the first thing that pops in your head. Where's yours?
It's been a little over 6 months since Chief Thomas McFadden took over the Timmonsville Police Department. And in that time, there have been 4 shootings. But he tells me he's determined to turn things around.
Since 2018, Timmonsville has had 20 shootings, 7 of them deadly. Even though he wasn't in charge then, Chief McFadden says he wanted to hit the ground running when he took over. What goals did you set for yourself in order to make your time here as police chief successful?
Just saying that if a crime happened, it was quiet at first when I got here, but I know at some point in time people were going to do something. So I told them, I talked with the state, I talked with the feds, I talked with the other local law enforcement agencies, and I told them we had to work together. I said, if something happens, and I told the prosecutor, I want to make a strong attempt to make an example. If you break these laws, with this gun violence, just make an example, stiffer penalty. You start making an example out of a few, then the rest will fall in line.
While he's disappointed about the 4 shootings this year, Chief McFadden says being proactive is going to be the key.
They see something, make a call. I mean, you don't have to say your name, you can be anonymous. So that's all most communities. I told them in a lot of areas I worked when I was in the county, they had a crime watch, and they would take over their community. Community
members I spoke with say they're frustrated with the ongoing problem and are asking the police department to step up.
They need to crack down on where the guns are coming from.
Until they do something about it, I think going to continue.
While he's made some strides in achieving his goals, Chief McFadden says one thing is certain: gun violence is not welcome.
We don't want it in this town. We will not have it in this town. We will not tolerate it in this town, in our community.
Yesterday, Timmonsville held their first National Night Out event, and the chief says more events like these will help bring the community together.
Yeah, Horry County Fire Rescue had a record-breaking month in July for emergency call volume, and that's being met with hospitals in the Horry County area being at or above capacity. Now today I called and checked in with those hospitals, and we're getting a clearer picture of why ambulance crews are having to wait.
In July 2021, your fire rescue ran 7,000 calls in fire rescue. That is the greatest call day month we've had in our history.
That's Chief Tanner at this week's Public Safety Committee meeting, and he says on average that's about 227 calls a day. Now the department spokesperson says response times could increase as hospitals are near capacity and ambulance crews have to wait for a bed to open.
It is absolutely crazy EMS calls now.
I checked in with hospitals, but as a quick reminder, officials say these numbers rise and fall throughout the day as patients come and go. Conway Medical Center says their beds are 91% full. Tidelands is at 111%, and their ICU is at 113%. That happens when they admit a patient and hold them in the ER until a bed is ready. McLeod and Grand Strand Hospital didn't share occupancy numbers, but the latest report from Health and Human Services shows McLeod's Loris campus is about 99% full, and Grand Strand is about 98%. Grand Strand's spokesperson says they're always ready to take level 1 trauma patients, and some patients may need to wait in the ER until a bed is ready for them. Moving forward, Horry County Fire Rescue has new ambulances and employees coming, but expects to outpace 2020's emergency call volume of 63,000 calls with a potential 70,000 in 2021. Now, Chief Tanner says they'll have about 50 employees that are trained, graduated, and ready to go by this coming March. He says right now interest is great. He says in the first 2 weeks they got over 300 applications.
Donna Moore says her 13-year-old granddaughter Dakota is an 8th grader at Southside Middle School in Florence. She says she was not vaccinated and tested positive for COVID-19 on Monday. Morris tells me she wasn't aware the vaccine was available for kids 12 and over, leaving Dakota to fight this battle without armor.
She's miserable. She has been tearing up. A couple of times she'll wake up. She's not feeling well. It's just not good. It's not a good thing to watch as a parent or a grandparent.
She says her other granddaughter is 10 and is unable to get vaccinated. Morris is worried because of her underlying health conditions that she might contract the virus too and spread it to the rest of the family.
Me, myself, I'm not a good candidate for COVID. Who's going to take care of the kids if we're all sick?
Morris believes it's too dangerous to be in school right now, and returning to virtual learning may not be a bad idea.
They need to shut down the schools for a little while to get COVID under control again. And I mentioned that at the school. And it's not just about education, it's about our kids' health.
While Morris hopes Dakota and the rest of her family make it through this difficult time, she encourages other parents to be proactive.
Please go get vaccinated so that if your children get sick, you can take care of them. And just try to be strong.
Morris and the rest of her family have gotten tested and are waiting for the results. In Florence, Carlos Flores, ABC 15 News.